What's going on, people? This morning I just want to talk about marriage a little bit. Marriage is it's a wonderful thing. Sometimes it might not always feel wonderful. Marriage is two people coming together and saying, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We have been friends for this long, and I cannot see you not being in my life. So this is a friendship that I basically want to last forever. That's marriage. Now, marriage sounds like, when you're not married and you might be single, and you hear people say, oh, I'm getting married. Oh man, I want to get married so bad. I wish I could. You got women out here saying, oh, I want to get married to one. And it's like, it sounds so exciting. Marriage is not easy. Marriage is not just always just fun and games. Marriage can be hard sometimes. Like, marriage is a constant job, because you guys are always not going to agree. You guys are not going to see eye to eye all the time. Mind you, you're going to see this person every day for the rest of your life. But see, that's what you signed up for. You said you guys wanted to be friends forever. And with that being said, it said to death do us part, and sickness and health. All that is true. But during sickness and health, when they're sick, you don't always have the patience to even want to deal with that, but you have to. For you to, when your love is strong enough, you will. You'll be there for that person no matter what. No matter if they upset you, piss you off to the highest degree. But if your love is true, you're gonna do whatever you possibly can to make sure that they're happy, to make sure that they feel better. It's not always about you always being right, because especially a lot of men will already understand is that there's gonna be arguments and things, and you're gonna be absolutely right, but you can't be right. You can't be right because you want peace. And if you want peace and you want your woman to be happy, you might have to just bite your tongue and take that L and be like, you know what, baby, you right, I'm sorry. In your mind, you know that you were right, but nah, you're right now just for letting her be right. You'll sleep better. You'll eat better because she gonna cook you. She might cook you a good meal or whatever. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you still win. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. It's what you do after you make the mistake. It's how you handle it. There's gonna be people out here that's gonna try to come between your marriage. There's a lot of people don't understand marriage. They don't understand what the details are of marriage. You got these young guys and these young women out here like, oh yeah, well, I could do this and I could do better. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good for a little while. But once you settle in and you start seeing their flaws and everything, you're like, damn, I should have just stayed with, oh girl, I was good with my wife. I was good with my husband. This stuff, this chick doing or this dude doing, I never even put up with. But look, you done let your husband or your wife go because you thought it was better on the other side. When it all came down to it, after the veil was pulled back, it was even worse. It was good at first because you was getting some new sex. What? You got a new face in front of you, but you're still getting the same feeling at the end. You're still getting that same nut. Yeah, it might be a little longer this time. It might be a little stronger this time. But you could have got that when you was at home. And see, home is where your heart is. That is a true statement. You and your woman could be on the street. I watched this couple. I went down to Newark Penn Station, and we were down there feeding the homeless. And I walked up on this man and this lady laying there under the bridge. The first thing I noticed was their Bible. They had a Bible sitting in front of them. Second thing I noticed that they were cuddled together under a blanket. He was holding her, and she was laying there up against him. But at the same time, they still were showing that love for one another. They might not have a penny in the world, but that love for one another still was strong. That making sure she was safe. You could tell he was making sure he still had that understanding of making sure she was safe the way he was holding her. And when we came up, the look that he gave to make sure that we understood that if you try anything, it's gonna be a problem. It's not easy. It's not easy. And it takes two strong people to make a marriage work. Now, both of you might be strong, but you're not always going to be strong at the same time. And see, this is why I say you need two strong people, because at one moment when one's weak, the other one has to be strong enough for both of them. And that's just the way it goes. You know, you got people like, oh, man, I could do this for you and I could do that for you, and you know, my sex is better than this and then that. You know what? If that's what you want, you go do that. But when it's all said and done, are you happy with that? This life is crazy, you know? When you decide to get married, for one, you're making a promise to not only your spouse or your friend, but you're also making a promise to God. You know, people forget about God in their relationships. You know, they just forget about God, period. You know, why go get married if you're not gonna have God in your life? Because marriage is, okay, you got a piece of paper. What you got the paper for? Why are they going in the Bible to read the words that you need to get married? Oh, it must have something to do with God. I don't care what religion you are, if you even have a religion. But at the same time, from my understanding, whenever you're getting married, you know, I think there's other religions that might not use the Bible, but they use some form of religion. And it's still going back to, I don't know if a god or idol or whatever you might call it, you know? But they're believing in a higher power that's bringing you two together. So if the person that's marrying you, that you're trusting to say, you know what, could you bring us together and make us one? That means you must kind of believe in something higher than you. Because you could have just easily said, you know, we're married, and called it a day. You didn't need no piece of paper. You didn't need somebody else to tell you that you two are married. From my understanding, it's God, family, and everything else. You know, we also forget to love ourselves. How can you possibly ask somebody else to love you when you don't know how to love yourself? You know, we complain so much on, oh, this person don't know how to love me and this person don't know, they just didn't know. Do you? Do you know how to love you? Do you know what it takes to love you? Do you think about the things that you do that's bad or that makes it hard for people to even like you? But see, when you marry someone, they take all them responsibilities on. You know, they take your flaws. That little thing that you do that irritate any and everybody. And some people are like, damn, I don't see how the hell they put up with that. But see, that's what that person said. You know what? I'm gonna take that on. I can handle that. That's nothing. Because you know why? Because you're doing the same thing. You're taking their problems on, and you're saying the same thing. I can handle that. But see, we forget that. As time goes on, we forget that we say, you know what? That ain't that bad. I can handle that. You knew about them problems before you got married. Well, at least for the people that actually got to know their spouse, their wife, their husband before they got married. No, not these fly by night relationships and like, oh my God, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name is, oh, you want to get married? All right, let's go. What is that? You don't know this person, but you just automatically just gonna jump into a marriage, a commitment with somebody that you don't know. That's like signing the contract without reading the bottom line. Hey, okay, I signed the contract. Oh, well, sir, you just said that you're gonna give us your firstborn child, but I didn't sign for that. Well, you should have read the bottom. It was right there. Come on. We need to fight harder for our marriages. Fight harder for your loved ones. You know, don't be so fast to say, you know what, I can't do this. I'm tired of this person. Listen, stop telling other people your problems. Because most of the time, them people that's listening to your problems, they're not really there to help you. They're judging you. They're waiting so they can go tell somebody else, like, oh, you know, such and such is having problems, this and that. And you thought they were so perfect. No, nobody's perfect. Everybody has issues. Everybody has problems. That's just the way the world is. That's the way God designed. He gave you choice. And we don't make the best choices all the time. It's impossible because we're not perfect. But do you try to be better than what you was yesterday? If you go into a mindset, every day I wake up, I'm going to try my best to be better than what I was yesterday. Do better than what I did yesterday. You know, put more time in. Say more positive things than I was able to say yesterday. You know, let somebody know that they care. I mean, that I care. I care that they even exist. You know, just to smile at people, just say hello. People forget that.